Over the years, cruise ships have steadily gotten bigger and bigger. Come on, we all seen it. But the big question is why? Why are cruise lines making bigger ships, and how is this affecting the environment? I'm going to start off by talking about the pre-cruise era, where instead of cruise ships, there were ocean liners. Everyone knows of the 1912 Titanic and its famous sinking on that fateful night. The reason why I bring this up is because at the time, the Titanic was the largest ocean liner in the world. Of course, not for long. The Titanic was an Olympic-class ocean liner that consisted of the Titanic, the Britannic, and the Olympic. And out of the trio, the Britannic was the largest. Unfortunately, she ended up at the bottom of the ocean as well. Today, there's only one ocean liner that still remains in service. The Queen Mary II, put into service on January 12, 2004, and is known as the last ocean liner still operational today. She was the largest ocean liner in the world, and well, I guess she'll forever keep that title, huh? Ships like the Titanic and the Queen Mary II held the record of being the largest ship in its generation, and now we have ships that are 5 times larger than a Titanic today. Since the near extinction of the ocean liners, the way of cruising has forever changed the world. This includes the way ships look, the way ships operate, and how ships are ported nowadays. When I first entered the world of cruising earlier on in 2024, I thought to myself, why do cruise ships need to be bigger? I gave myself several justifiable answers, and the number one thing that I came up with is income. Not only can cruise lines now fit more passengers than ever, but they can also fit more amenities and activities on board their bigger, newer ships. We now have cruise ships that have water slides, ice skating rinks, theaters, and even a skydiving simulator. People in the 19th century would not believe the things that we have today. Cruise lines can also make more money just by having a larger ship. The more people on a ship, the more money to be made. It's all part of the business. One of the cruise lines, Royal Caribbean, launched one of their newer ships in 2024. The Icon of the Seas, the world's largest cruise ship. This ship cost $2 billion to build and is estimated to make $3.4 million per day. Meaning in just 1 year, $1.3 billion total has been paid to the company. Which just goes to show you that in 2 years, the ship will be fully paid off. This 7-year project by Royal Caribbean gained so much popularity with its iconic amenities, looks, and vacation features. The Icon really paid itself off. Now imagine yourself saying these words, I am going on the world's largest cruise ship. That just sounds insane, right? It brings so much hype and thrill to somebody or everybody that wants to go on a bigger, newer ship. Now that goes without saying that something new always comes out when a new cruise ship is released. Whether if that's Royal Caribbean, MSC Cruise Lines, or Carnival. That's questionable. Cruise lines can make more money with more amenities, and passengers can have more entertainment. It's a win-win all the way around. Another reason for larger cruise ships is none other than competition itself. Yes, competition is always happening in the cruise industry, and since 2006, Royal Caribbean has held a placeholder for having the largest cruise ships at sea. And with the launch of the Icon, we have seen a competing company, MSC Cruise Lines, making plans to build a bigger, larger cruise ship than the Icon itself. Now, with those plans in the future, MSC is still getting some attention that is coming from their soon-to-be the newest and largest ship in their fleet, the MSC World America. However, this ship is still significantly smaller than the Icon, lengthwise anyways. This is just one example of how competition plays a huge factor in the cruise industry. Not only does having a larger cruise ship make more money, as said before, but it also gains so much more attention across social media platforms. Gaining popularity will make sales for the cruise line, which is what they want. They want to be in the center of the spotlight. Getting more attention will generate more revenue, which means more income. Cruise lines try to make each ship stand out compared to other cruise lines by creating unique itineraries and experiences. But this leaves us wondering if competition will get out of control. With MSC trying to build a larger cruise ship and other competitors fighting for the name of the world's largest cruise ship, there is something that we all have to consider. The oceans. How does having more cruise ships affect the oceans? Should competition be put aside to save the waves? And what can cruise lines do to prevent pollution? While competition will never stop in the industry, cruise lines are very much aware of the impact they are causing to the environment. With cruise lines spilling greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide, along with air pollutants like sulfur and nitrogen oxides, and to add on top of that fuel consumption, which is mainly diesel and marine fuels. Not every cruise line uses fossil fuels, but there are things that cruise lines are doing to prevent pollution. Lines in the industry have set up Save the Wave programs, wastewater treatment, plastic usage reduction, onboard water production, waste-to-energy systems,
and energy conservation. So it is good to see that cruise lines are trying to clean up the mess that they're making in their industry. With that in mind, I do want to get deeper insight between cruise ship sizes. I have some on board opinions from people who have been on several cruise ships, way more than I have, both big and small, and here's what they said. Bigger cruise ships have more to do, but it is so much easier to run into the same people over and over again on board smaller cruise ships. While people have their own opinions, and I have personally never been on a mega-sized cruise ship yet, I still think that this response is accurate because I've seen on behalf of smaller cruise ships that it is much easier to run into the same people. I have also experienced that on smaller cruise ships that there is only so much you can do before you feel like you've explored everything. While going on board a medium-sized cruise ship that weighs 168,666 gross tons, and I've stayed a week on there, I could have definitely stayed much more longer on. This goes without saying that I do not know everything about cruises, and the reason why I am making this video is to spread my knowledge to you. I am no professional by any means, and so not everything I say may be true, but I've did everything to the best of my ability to prove my facts right. So let me know what you all thought of this video, and let me know what your favorite cruise experience was. And if you haven't already, go check out my other videos where I tell you about my experience on these Royal Caribbean ships. There's some interesting twists in them. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that like button, turn that big red subscribe button gray, and until next time, stay cruising.